Hello and welcome back. Today we are reviewing GameMT E6 PLUS. This is an rock chip console, so it has an RK3566 CPU with 2 GB of RAM. It has a 5-inch display with touchscreen, and we have an internal eMMC of 32 GB, 2 slots for SD cards. Mine it came with 128 gig of ROMs, and yeah, let's get started. As you can see, this is the box and it's empty. It doesn't contain any information at all about the console except game made in China and the name of the console. So let's see what do we have inside the box. Okay, I already see we have a screen protector, which is a nice addition to see to all the consoles, so that's a plus. We have the console, which looks like it's wrapped okay, and inside the box there is only a USB-C cable for charging and using with your console, and headphones with 3.5mm jack. Okay, and pretty much that's it with the box. Now let's see the console. Okay, and here it is, the console, which is, make sure it's okay. Now let's see what we have here. Here it is the D-pad, which is a round one, not a normal classical D-pad, so you can click on the diagonals. You have here the M button, select and start buttons. You have the face buttons A, B, X, Y, and you have the analog sticks. Now here it's something interesting. Now this one, if we take a look of this one and this one, they are different. Let me see if I can make something like this. Okay, this is one, this is the other one. Okay, let's refocus here. Why they are different? It's because this one, it is an Hall sensor, it's using a Hall sensor, and this one, so the screen, it has a very good resolution. I will put it on the screen, the resolution of the screen. It's 5-inch with touchscreen, something that you don't see always. And except for that, we have around the analog sticks here and here some LEDs, and also here and here you have some LEDs. So those you can control to power it on or off. It depends whatever you want to do. Now let's look below. Do we have something? We don't have anything here. On the side the same, there is nothing. And here it is the ports. This is what we are interested in. So let's look at the buttons. So we have the shoulder buttons. They are spring loaded with micro switches. Same for trigger buttons. They are spring loaded with micro switches. It's okay. We have the volume button, which is plus near the left hand, so you go up with the left and minus on the right. We have the 3.5mm jack. Here it is the micro HDMI port. We have the DC, USB-C DC, used for charging. Also it has host, so if you want to write the Android or I don't know, connect to ADB, you can use this port. Below we have the second SD card. Here we have the OTG port, and below that is the main SD card, where you can put for example something like an Linux custom firmware on it, and you have the power button. So yeah, pretty much that's it. What we okay, and we have here some ventilation holes, as you can see from along the, and if we look at the back of the console, we have two other ventilation holes in here, and these are the stereo speakers. And I don't know if you can see it here, there is another behind the case, that's the Wi-Fi antenna. And yeah, pretty much that is from the point of view of the, let's say, look of the device. Now let's try to do some comparison. Now let's try to compare the console with other consoles. So first of all, let's start with the E6. So the original E6. If we are looking at both of them, as you can see, they are similar. Maybe I can see that the original E6 it's a bit taller, but from the point of view of the aesthetics, they are the same. So if we are looking also at the ports, you will see that it's almost the same, except that on the original E6 you don't have the second SD card, you don't have an HDMI output, you don't have the 3.5 jack millimeter, but everything else it's the same. Okay, now let's try. Let's bring to the table an X55 from PowKiddy. As you can see, from the point of view of the size, this one is smaller, the E6 Plus, but from the point of view of the specifications, they are the same, meaning they still have the same CPU, same amount of RAM, except that X555 doesn't have a touchscreen, and also it has a less eMMC memory. So this one, X55 has an 8 gig compared to 32, but same. You have HDMI output, you have the 2 slot SD card, not much. Now if we want to compare it to something more familiar, we have here the Nintendo Switch. As you can see, it's a bit taller than a Nintendo Switch, and yeah, obviously the screen is smaller. And to finish this comparison, let's put near a SteamDeck, because yeah, looks a bit similar. As you can see, it's very small. I can put it, almost fits on the screen of the SteamDeck. Okay, pretty much that was it from the point of view of the comparison. Now let's look a bit of the software. By default it comes with Android 11 with 64-bit. It might be changing, I don't know to tell you, because this is an early review unit, which means maybe the software do some suffer some changes, I don't know. But it has Android 11 with Vulkan support. That doesn't contain any, I don't know, launcher by default, so it's the Android one. I've installed already the Dajijo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So if we look here, I already installed some of the emulators just to test it out, which works fine from my point of view. So if we are going to settings, about, you will see that it's saying Android 11 on here. Okay, and yeah, maybe let's try some games or something to see how it behaves.
Kratos, the ghost of Sparta, had taken his place amongst the Olympians as the god of war. The bloodshed, the relentless battles, had finally brought him here. Ares was dead, and though Olympus beckoned, visions of his mortal existence still haunted him. Kratos knew that this was not a mere vision, for with the gods, nothing was ever as it seemed. The vision of his past set Kratos in search of answers. Answers that lay in the temple of Poseidon, deep within the city of Atlantis.
Not a wise course of action, Kratos. It was a dream, nothing more.
The visions still haunt me, Athena. The visions you promised to take away. But this vision, I can change.
Perhaps it is a vision best left unchanged. There is more to this than you know. Please.
Okay, so let's discuss about the conclusion. Do I recommend this device or not? First, let me put on the screen the specs again to see it in case you missed it or maybe you want to see it again. So yeah, for what we get, it's a perfect device from my point of view. Why? Because it has a touch screen, it has a big resolution for the screen, you have an Android on it, which is on eMMC, you can boot on Linux directly from the SD card. So yeah, it gives you some options. There are not so many options now because yeah, again, the console is not yet launched officially, but yeah, I expect in the future we will see some custom firmware for it. So yeah, it has 2 gig of RAM. Think about it, not too many consoles you find it with 2 gigs of RAM, and yeah, it's nice. Also, the emulation works fine. You have an Wi-Fi chip integrated, so yeah, if I'm thinking from the point of view of the specs, there are a lot of advantages. I don't see anything bad to say yeah, don't go with it or something like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you enjoy this kind of content, please consider to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.